Whether you're ordering wings for the game, whipping up a 7-layer dip, or ordering pizza, there's something about football that makes you want to eat. And this football season, Uber Eats has the best deals on game day food. No matter what you're craving, from 2-for-1 pizza to buy one, get one wings, Uber Eats will be dropping new deals each week, all season long. Uber Eats, official on-demand delivery partner of the NFL. Order now. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Looking for a pickup truck to get just about anything done? Look no further. The Chevy Silverado EV isn't just the most powerful Silverado ever, with next-level towing capability and technology. It also offers game-changing versatility with the available multi-flex midgate and tailgate, which means Silverado EV helps you carry large, bulky, and oddly shaped items up to nearly 11 feet in length. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. Visit Chevrolet.com to learn more.
Now tuned into the greatest.
The Run with Manny Wilson podcast.
The Run with Manny Wilson podcast.
The best sports podcast there is.
Yes, sir. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to The Run with me, Manny Wilson, all the way from Detroit to Chicago to your speakers and headphones. I appreciate you tuning in to the first interactive sports podcast. You know, a community that makes sure your voice is heard. So if you hear something you agree with, you disagree with, or you like or you dislike, go ahead, shoot us a quick take, 219-413-9405. And of course, we'll play your take back on our next episode. And of course, shout out to SeatGeek for sponsoring this episode. Get $20 off your first ticket purchase when you use the promo code The Run Podcast. Now, this code can only be applied for first-time users on the mobile app or website. So I don't know about you, but still some NFL season left. So I want to go out, catch some games, create that account. Go ahead, use the promo code, save yourself $20 on your ticket purchase. Anyway, as you know, the NFL is here, man. We're moving on. This is, week 13 in the NFL now? It's kind of flying by, bro. Like, we passed the halfway point in the NFL. So it's crazy, but particularly a few games, you know, a lot is riding on this game here. Obviously, you know, it's Thursday Night Football tonight with the Lions and Packers, which we'll go ahead and give our predictions and stuff on that pretty soon. But, you know, this game here that I'm about to talk about kind of shakes up the NFC North, whether it's a win or a loss. And, you know, it involves my Atlanta Falcons. So now, for once, it's not only Falcons fans that's cheering for the Falcons to actually do something and make something happen in a specific game. Now, look, week 14, that's what week we're in now. We got the Vikings. Atlanta Falcons going to play the Minnesota Vikings. Vikings, they've been on a roll, man. This team has been tearing it up so far, 10-2. They're right behind the Lions in the division. So if they win, they can clinch a playoff spot. This is security for them. So, you know, they'll be straight in their division, possibly take the number one spot if the Lions lose tonight. So, you know, it's a lot riding on this game for the Vikings, just as well as the Falcons. This is a team, 3-game losing streak. They can't seem to get it together. Kirk Cousins, he's facing his old team in the Minnesota Vikings. This man is coming off of a game where he threw 5 interceptions, just looked absolutely pitiful in that previous game against the Chargers. So, you know, it's a couple things that he's got to do better and that the Falcons have to do better as a collective and as a whole. And one of those things being, the first thing they have to do and the first thing they have to lock down and secure in this game here against the Vikings is the defense. Man, Falcons defense, I don't know what the hell got into them last week, but last week it was beautiful. That was like an amazing game that they displayed defensively from the Falcons. It looked like early on in the season when we seen the Falcons really carrying the team, leading them to victories, and just allowing the offense to do whatever, go lay an egg, and just really rely on the defense. I mean, they sacked Justin Herbert multiple times, 5 times to be exact. They got to the quarterback. They put pressure on him. I mean, they forced a turnover, and they held the elite Chargers team to under 200 yards, which is something to be proud of considering the Chargers have been balling. Now, I know there were some drop passes. I know there were some things the Chargers could have cleaned up, but hey, you got to take the praise where you can get it. For the Falcons, this is one of those areas where they look good. If the defense doesn't come to play, the Falcons just might be toast. But the thing is, with this game, I wouldn't be surprised because they still can't seem to get it right. Every time the Falcons defense plays good, the Falcons offense is out there playing silly and getting penalties, can't complete a pass, can't run the ball, can't move the ball. But every time the offense is playing great, that's when the Falcons defense, they can't guard anything, can't defend a pass, can't defend a run. And this has just been a constant storyline for the Falcons all year long. We've seen this, and we know there's injuries that obviously play a part in this, but damn, like if you're coming in and you're stepping up in the game and you're not adjusting as a coach from Jimmy Lake on the defensive side, you got to be able to adjust and make sure that you're getting the best out of your guys in the positions that they're in or the positions that you're weak in and the areas you're weak in. So I want to sympathize for them, for the injuries. But man, it's hard to do that when you're allowing teams to run all over you and pass all over you. So that's got to be a focus coming into this game against the Vikings. Vikings, they were elite. They were elite last week. They took care of business. They had Addison, he was leading the last week in receiving yards. And you had Jones, he was number 4 last week in rushing yards. So this is a nice Vikings team. And I think some of the things that they'll have to focus on is just taking advantage of the Falcons' lack ability to cover. Like they don't have a certain thing when it comes to putting the ball in the air. Like, you can throw all over the Falcons. There's been plenty of other teams that do it. And it in a way, I hate that they got to resort to this, but just take advantage of whatever the Falcons is going to give you. Because that's what's going to give you touchdown opportunities. That's what's going to allow the Vikings to really capitalize. And I think as long as they play their game, they'll be straight. They feed Aaron Jones and they take advantage of the easy passes that's there, then they'll be all right. Because Aaron Jones is he's gonna ball out. He's gonna do what he does best anyway. And last week, I know the Falcons defense played good, but I'm just still not confident that they'll be able to stop Aaron Jones' run game and the Minnesota Vikings run game. I'm just not sold on it just yet, man. Like, this is a powerhouse in the NFC North. And Falcons, man, they've been just so inconsistent. 3-game losing streak. The offense ain't been able to play good. The defense ain't been playing good. And they're sitting at 6-6 after an incredible start to the season so far. Now they're tied for first in the division. It's just, they've been on a decline ever since the 3-game loss streak started. I forget who was against. It looks like it was against the Saints. When they played the Saints in New Orleans. But ever since that 3-game losing streak started, man, it's been rough for them. They have not been able to figure it out. So I'm hoping that they show some effort and just show some sort of grit to make something happen, because I want to see a good game. I would love for the Falcons to go out here, beat the Vikings. It's going to be on the road. Tough to beat the Vikings at home. Anybody who knows Kirk, the Vikings know the Kirk Cousins better than Kirk. Man, Vikings know the hell out of Kirk Cousins because he was their quarterback. Still got the same head coach that worked with him, all of that. So I'm going to need Kirk to pull out one of these magical games. I'm going to need him to really show up and be Kirko Chains, because he's about to get the chain snatched. Y'all remember the meme in the ATL when T.I. snatched the chain from Lauren London? Y'all remember that meme? This is what it's about to be for Kirk Cousins, bro. He done came to Atlanta. He about to lose his chain. We about to snatch it. He about to get his chain snatched. Because he ain't been playing good, bro. You can't go a game throwing 4 interceptions and then have another bad week. So you have to show up. And you have to have a solid game against the Vikings, bro. Please, man. We can't take too many more L's, especially after a decent start that we had, man. It was crazy. So other than that, look, we got a quick side note too. We're going to jump into that in just a sec, man. I got to talk about my boy Cade Cunningham, man. He's an all-star, and the Pistons, they've been struggling too. So we'll talk about that in just a quick sec. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.
This year, Santa's bringing the power of Energizer into his workshop.
Whoa, the Energizer Bunny's got so much power.
Wait, he's powered up all the toys. I think that means we're done for the year.
I love this bunny.
He's the hardest working helper the North Pole has ever seen. And he wants all your gifts to have the power of the #1 longest-lasting AA battery. So this holiday season, stock up on Santa's and the elves' favorite battery, Energizer Ultimate Lithium.
All right, so look, man, as I mentioned, my Detroit Pistons, they have not been having the best experience so far. Better than last year. Definitely much better than last year. They're not going on no crazy losing streaks. And as of right now, it's only a 3-game losing streak from the Detroit Pistons. They lost to the Sixers, the Bucks, which knocked them out of the in-season tournament. They were so close. Was undefeated up until this point playing the Bucks, and it was decent play, very decent play up until the Bucks opened up that can on us. Then the Celtics took care of business against us last night. But above all, man, the Pistons, the main thing I want to focus on is the in-season tournament. This is the play that's coming up very soon. It's starting on December 10th. But Pistons were eliminated. And a lot of people were upset about this game against the Bucks. But, you know, it kind of struck me in the wrong way because I'm like, I get that fans are upset about losing the in-season tournament chance and possibly getting in the tournament. But, bro, like, when you think about how that game went against the Milwaukee Bucks, can you really be upset? There was a video I seen of a fan. He was flicking off players and stuff as they was headed to the locker room. And it's like, bro, seriously. First off, must I remind you, the Pistons were 3-0 in group play up until the final game where they had to beat the Bucks. And then must I remind you, the Bucks literally played a dreamlike game of not missing anything in this entire game. It was crazy. And for a fan to be at the game and to witness how the game played out, it was in Detroit. So for him to witness how the game played out just tells me you're an idiot. You're an idiot. You didn't watch the game. You didn't pay attention to anything that was going on. Like, literally, the Bucks did not miss from the three-point line. The first half of this game, they were 15 from 21 for three-pointers. They missed 6 three-pointers. That's it. Shot 21 and only missed 6. Meanwhile, yeah, you could talk about the Pistons defense wasn't there. The effort wasn't there after a while. But can you blame them? You get depleted after guys is knocking down threes 4 in a row, 3 in a row. Like every other 3 is going in. You lose a bit of your morale. Now, I'm just saying. Some of the morale goes down on the team when everything they throwing up is going in. And I know, you got to fight through it. You got to stay with it. But also, as the Pistons were doing that, they stayed in striking range. They stayed in distance of 12, 13, 15. But the lead just continued to grow because they didn't miss. Celtics or Bucks just didn't miss. And then whenever Pistons would strike something up, foul call. Giannis at the line. Yeah, I'll say this. Anytime Giannis Antetokounmpo is hitting jumpers, it's bad. It's bad. You might not win that game. Let's be real. You might not win that game. Anytime Giannis is hitting jumpers, it's a very, very good chance you're not about to win that game. Giannis Antetokounmpo is not a good shooter. I know it's been an aspect where he's been trying to improve. I know it's been an aspect where he's been taking more jumpers, making some three-pointers, all of that stuff. But he's not a good shooter. So when he's knocking it down consistently, it's bad. It's bad. Your team not going to win. And that's what was going on for the Pistons. Yeah, they could have buckled down on defense, protected the paint a little bit more. Yeah, they could have maybe sent the double team toward Giannis, but did you really want to do that when Dame didn't miss at all? And you had Portis knocking down threes, Lopez, bench guys you don't even know knocking down threes, just coming in the game, shooting and tossing it up, and it's going nothing but net. Like, do you really want to double when that's going on? Then meanwhile, on the offensive side, they were struggling. I couldn't really knock anything down. So, I get why people are upset, but, it's the in-season tournament at the end of the day. Still, it's the in-season tournament. It's not the playoffs. It's not where the bragging rights go to. The in-season tournament is not where people get extended contracts or why people get extended contracts in these big bucks that they get come contract time. No, it's the in-season tournament. Relax. Just a little bit. You learn from it. You play through the adversity. This is the first time the Pistons have had a important game in a long time, and a meaningful game in a long time. Hell, last year they wasn't even in consideration for it. And just to tell you, when I say, it's the in-season tournament, what I mean by that is last year we seen the Lakers play the Pacers, but both of those teams wasn't even in competition to go to the in-season tournament this year. They was eliminated before it even got started, before group play could even figure out who was going to reach the final stages. It's the in-season tournament. Chill out. Playoffs is where we really want to get the hype. And they still got a lot of time to improve. I know this tournament's coming up fast where it's about to start. Then you got the All-Star break. It's really flying by for the NBA season. So pretty soon we're going to be on a playoff crunch. And I think that's something that can still happen. But I'll say, man, I think the one aspect where the Pistons definitely got to improve, despite all the noise about the losing the in-season tournament game that could have helped them out and possibly get into the playoffs. How great Cade has been. Obviously, we know Cade has to keep that up. He's playing at an all-star level. He's been playing out of this world. The game against the Celtics where they lost, that man went crazy. 27 points, 14 assists, 9 rebounds, and they still lost by 10 points. Score doesn't really reflect the whole thing. It was kind of a beatdown. They got blown out, but just made an end of the game type of run and eventually cut the score a little bit. So, the score doesn't look as bad as the game actually was. Cade played great. But the biggest change that has to go down here with the Pistons is, man, they need some scoring from the bigs. Like crazy. Stewart, Duren, you guys are literally there to play defense. I love Stewart. I love Duren that they play defense. I love that they're active. They give effort. But also, if you're on a court to play defense and guys are scoring on you almost every possession or they're exploiting the paint almost every possession, why are you even on the floor? Serious, genuine question, because if you're not scoring on offense and your whole job is to play defense on the floor, but you're still allowing people to score on you and exploit your paint, you should not be on the floor. So I know, hey, the work comes in the offseason and things will get better. We seen Stewart start shooting jumpers and stuff. Some of them go in, but these guys got to get something going on offense where we can somewhat rely on them. I'm not saying any 30-point games or nothing like that, but we need more than just alley-oop buckets and just rebound putback type of buckets. We need more than that. We need you to be able to shoot a 15-footer, a 12-footer. I mean, a post move would be beautiful for once. So we need to see those things evolve within our centers of Stewart and Duren. Because if not, it's going to be an Andre Drummond situation all over again. Great big, can rebound, big body in the paint, zero offense. And that was a big reason I didn't like the Pistons' offensive scheme at that time, is because we tried to run it through Drummond and it's like zero offense. So that's my thing with them. They got to get it together, man. They play the Knicks coming up this Saturday, and I'm a little scared to watch. Knicks, man, Karl Anthony Towns and they got the bigs. And Pistons is little. So I'm curious how this defense is going to look, but they get some rest in between. So maybe they'll step it up. Maybe they'll look a little bit better. Who knows? Anyway, look, man, we got some news coming up, man. College football news, big time stuff happening in college football. As you know, the bowl games is starting. Also NFL. So stay tuned. Bill Belichick is in the news. It's Chiefs, possibly. Chiefs, hey, I'm gonna leave it at that. Look, we got some news coming up in just a sec. Don't go anywhere. It's halftime. We'll be right back.
Meaningless stuff. Why do we gift so much meaningless stuff? Tired of generic gifts and hollow trends? Shutterfly allows you to create meaningful photo gifts for your family and friends. Whether it's a cozy fleece blanket for grandma, a stunning canvas print for mom, or a mug to make dad smile. Enjoy 40% off with code MAKE40 at Shutterfly.com and make something meaningful this year. See site for more details.
Blinds.com Cyber Monday Last Chance is happening now. Don't miss out on up to 45% off site-wide. A Blinds.com design expert can help you make the perfect selection on your schedule. We can handle everything from measure to your whole home installed for one low cost. With over 25 million windows covered, Blinds.com is the #1 online retailer of custom window coverings. Save up to 45% site-wide, plus a free professional measure right now at Blinds.com. Rules and restrictions may apply.
This episode is brought to you by NFL Sunday Ticket on YouTube TV. There's a lot to be thankful for this season. For one, I'm thankful you can get NFL Sunday Ticket on YouTube TV right now for only $209. It's exactly what you need as we head right into the playoffs. You can invite your friends over. Maybe you have a multi-view. You could have 4 different games one for you, one each for the 3 other friends you invite. You can change the games around as soon as the outcome becomes pretty certain. Dump that game, but in another one. I've become the multi-view master. The moment the one of the games is losing steam, I'm ready to move right in and move it for another one. Build your own multi-view. One of my favorite words. Thank yourself this holiday season. Get NFL Sunday Ticket for the rest of the NFL regular season for just $209. Sign up now at youtube.com/BS. Terms and embargoes apply. Device and content restrictions apply. No cancellations.
All right, man, so let's get into it. We got some news for the run. Of course, if you want to comment on anything, you want to just share your opinion, drop your thoughts on something you heard during the show or maybe some news or something you hear later on in the show, go ahead, shoot us a quick take, 219-413-9405. And of course, we'll play your take back on our next episode. But let's jump into some more information with college football here. You got the bowl games lining up to play. And man, all right, let's just start with this. So the Mountain West Championship, UNLV, Boise State. You got Tulane and Army. You got, that's another bowl game for the American Athletic Championship Conference. You got the Dr. Pepper Big 12 Championship between Arizona State, Iowa State. And now the games a lot of y'all are really waiting for. Penn State versus Oregon, and I think Oregon is about to smack Penn State. Oh my, they about to open up that can on them, boy. Woo, I think it's gonna be bad. The game is in a neutral setting. It's at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indiana, but the game is gonna be indoors. I think the best chance Penn State probably had at beating Oregon in this bowl game here is playing them in the worst weather possible. Maybe some snow, but that's not gonna be a given in the dome. So, oh man, I think Oregon they about to open up that can. Then you got Texas and Georgia, another great SEC championship, about to be a blast to watch. I'm loving it here. This is gonna be in Georgia, so they kind of got the advantage, man. Mercedes-Benz Arena, or Mercedes-Benz Stadium, not arena, but man, Texas, it's gonna probably feel like a road game. But I think Texas is gonna end up putting BTA, because Texas, they've been taking care of business. In Georgia, they don't like to really play until they're down by 24 points. That's when Georgia decides, all right, y'all ready to start playing football? Y'all ready to start completing passes? Y'all ready to start running, catching the ball, play defense? Like that's to me, that's what I've been seeing from Georgia. A lot of last minute run type of savior type games. So I don't think they'll really have what it takes to beat Texas, man. Also, too, Texas has only lost 1 game so far. Georgia has lost 2. But then you got SMU versus Clemson for the ACC championship. And just to kind of give a rundown, too, I know it's college football playoffs, and some of y'all might be confused about the new format between the 12 teams, but just to kind of let you know what's that going to look like. So first, I'm going to give you the top 5 teams in rankings. I'm not going to go over every single team, because honestly, teams at 12, 11, all that doesn't even really matter. But top 5, you got Oregon, Texas, Penn State, Notre Dame. All right, those are, and then Georgia is at number 5. So I'm going to read this off to you, and this is how the listing is going to work. Ohio State is at number 6. Tennessee is at number 7. SMU at number 8. Indiana at number 9. Boise State number 10. All right, so for college football format, the 12 teams, I'm just going to briefly explain it for you, just because I know I've been given a lot. And long story short, it's going to be 12 participating teams, and there'll be 5 of the conference championships or teams who've won in that section. So again, I know I probably confused the hell out of y'all because I didn't read that correct. So look, the 4 highest ranked conference champions will be seeded 1 through 4, and they'll receive a first round bye. The 5th conference champion will be seeded where it was ranked or at number 12. So possibly being ranked at number 12 if they lose the conference championship game or anything like that. But all you need to know, long story short, is that the 12 participating teams will be the 5 highest ranked conference champions plus the next 7 highest ranked teams. That's all you need to know. So if you're a number 8 ranked team and you lose your conference championship matchup, it's probably a good chance you won't make the college playoffs, because you'll no longer be ranked 1 through 5. The rankings is going to change after the conference championship games. So that's all you need to know. The rankings right now don't really matter until these conference championship games are played. Bama is not going to be in there. Miami's not going to be in there. They cooked, man. Number 11 and 12, it's over with them. They didn't see it, man. It's crazy. It's shocking, but the fact that Bama even seen number 11 after losing 3 games is still wild because they're ahead of Miami, and Miami has been balling all season. So just wild thought there, but anyway, look, man, those games are some games you got to definitely tap into. If anything, just watch the Georgia and Texas game. Man, I'm excited for that one. Can't wait to watch that one. Penn State and Oregon, like I said, I think Oregon is just going to really open that can on them, man. It might get ugly. It might get a little ugly for that Oregon and Penn State. So we'll see. But look, we got some NFL news too coming up. So in the NFL, man, Bill Belichick is out here in the news. Bill Belichick, yeah, and it's more than just him and his underage girlfriend or whatever that is. But Bill Belichick, the man might be coaching again. So former offensive coordinator, former head coach for the New England Patriots, Bill Belichick, is apparently planning to coach college football. Now, the latest of the report says Bill Belichick interviewed for a head coaching job at UNC. So no reports on if he got the job, if he'll accept the job, but this is just what we've seen. It came from multiple reports from Yahoo to Rappaport and a lot of different guys. Dove Kleeman, all of those guys. So a lot of different things with Bill Belichick. I would be surprised if he went to go coach college football. I don't think he'll be able to have the same effect like he did in NFL, but we'll see. Maybe he just wants to be around college people. You know, his girlfriend is pretty young. She's pretty sure in her 20s or early 30s, but we know how old Bill Belichick is, a very old dude. So, I'm not one to judge. Do what you will. She's above age. Do what you want. Anyway, look, some more news we got. Former NFL offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy, he is looking to make a return to the NFL. So, Bieniemy, he was fired earlier today as the offensive coordinator from UCLA. And there's been multiple rumors circulating that he's going to return to the NFL as someone's offensive coordinator, or at least to help on someone's sideline. Now, Bieniemy, he's most known for helping the Chiefs win 2 Super Bowls as the offensive coordinator back in 2019 and 2021. He also helped the Chiefs get to 5 straight AFC championships. So, I mean, dude's the real deal. Just didn't have success on the college field. And I mean, hey, that's pretty normal for a lot of NFL coaches going to go coach college football or vice versa. So, I mean, hey, it is what it is. Anyway, look, man, let's give you guys some scores or some matchups that you can look forward to this week. Obviously, you know, Falcons play the Vikings, as I mentioned. I'm hoping the Falcons get that win. The game is going to be in Minnesota, so it's wild. And you know what's crazy, man? Every time I say Minnesota, I think about the clip. Maybe you seen it, maybe you didn't. I don't know. I just remember when Biden was doing his rallies, I just remember the clip of Joe Biden, man. It's hilarious to me. And he just was saying, Minnesota. And he just stood there. Like, it doesn't sound funny, but it's just the way he said it and the way he was looking, bro. Like, I don't know why it was so funny to me, but I think about it every single time. Like I say, Minnesota Vikings, Minnesota Timberwolves. Like, he was just Minnesota. Nothing. And then nothing. So, it was wild. Anyway, look. Something that's better than that faint memory. Eagles play the Panthers. Probably going to be a can of whoop ass that's coming out from the Eagles, but hopefully the Eagles take care of business so the Falcons can stay top of the division there. Another AFC North matchup here is going to be elite. You got the Steelers playing the Browns. Now, these two, hey, they balled out against each other a couple weeks ago, and it was a close one. So now they're back at it. We get to see Jameis Winston hopefully put on the show again, and hey, we get to see what the Steelers is made of. Right now, man, they're leading the AFC North, which is crazy. 9-3 right now, 4-1 at home, and they've been taking care of business. Nobody really expected the Steelers to be this good so far, but the Pittsburgh Steelers have been killing it, man. So shout out to them for taking care of business, helping revive Russell Wilson and Justin Fields too. But other than that, man, look, Raiders play the Buccaneers. I'm cheering for the Raiders because I need the Buccaneers to lose. I don't want them to take that number 1 spot in the division. Seahawks, they play the Cardinals, which is going to be a great matchup. Bills play the Rams. Bears play the 49ers. They should actually get a win here. Now, Bears got the new interim head coach and new offense. Caleb Williams looked pretty decent against the Lions. 49ers got plenty of injuries. Both running backs down. McCaffrey out. Purdy, I don't even know if Purdy is like actually going to play. But man, yeah, 49ers got a lot of injuries right now. So Bears might be able to sneak this one out against the 49ers, even though it is in San Francisco. Then you got the Chargers versus the Chiefs in prime time. I'm hoping we get a good game here. It's at Arrowhead, so you got to be careful. You know how the referees get down. But I think it'll still be a solid game that we get to watch because the Chargers have been rolling. And obviously, as we know, Chiefs been getting a lot of scandalous wins lately. So we'll see what happens there. Then Monday night, I think the Bengals take this win here pretty comfortably. But they play the Dallas Cowboys for Monday Night Football. And then let's swing back over to today for Thursday Night Football. The Green Bay Packers play the Detroit Lions. And I know immediately for a lot of fans, even Lions fans, you out there, you probably thinking, oh yeah, the Lions got this down back. They straight. They got it. They gonna win this. No worries. They gonna take care of business. But one thing you got to remember, because I think a lot of Lions fans forget this. Yeah, you beat the Packers last time. Yeah, you beat the Packers in Green Bay. Yeah, you done been smacking up everybody else in the division. You know, you've been killing it. You've been balling. You're 11-1. You ain't been losing no games. Been looking pretty consistent on the offensive end. Taking care of business. I get that. But the thing is, Lions got plenty of injuries out here that the Green Bay Packers can take advantage of. And this is what kind of, concerns me with the Lions playing this matchup, because not only do you have a lot of your linebacker crew out, but we thought the Lions was shorthanded before on the defensive front. But man, damn, now they're really shorthanded because you got a whole bunch of, I think it was 13 guys on that defense specifically that was hurt. Don't quote me on that one, but obviously, we know Hutch, he's gone, but you got Petco, he's gone. Davenport, he's not there right now. Bada, he's not there right now. You have backups that were hurt. So now you're looking at third and fourth string type of guys that's coming in for the Lions to actually make a difference. And I know the Packers aren't the best team in the world, but they're damn sure a team that's, still a competitive team that's going to the playoffs. So, you can't definitely sleep on the Packers. And one of the things here, too, yes, the game is in Ford Field. I know Ford Field, Lions got the advantage there, but it's going to be tough, man, because you just don't know what you will see from the Lions defense. They've already given up a lot of points with passing the ball. But Green Bay Packers, kind of an air raid offense, but can also put it down on the ground. So you just don't know what you'll see. I think a lot of Lions fans need to slow their roll just a little bit. And I think we'll see a shootout. I think we'll see a shootout in this game because Packers not going to lay down. Lions obviously not going to lay down, but they're really lacking at a lot of different positions, man. You're looking at your third and fourth and practice guys stepping up to really make a difference. So that's where it gets scary. I think I would take the Packers on this. I did place a couple of bets, but I guess I can read them off to you. I don't know if, I ain't saying you got to tell them or nothing like that, but just for the sake of entertainment, maybe you don't want to hear it. So let's do it. We'll drop a couple of the bets we got on here. Your choice. I don't even know if you'll be able to even hear this by the time the game come on. But if you do, if you've been listening this quick before game time, my guy or my girl, whatever, I rock with you. All right, I got David Montgomery, 75 rushing and receiving yards total. Jaden Reed, 40 receiving yards. And then I got another ticket here. Jamar Gibbs, 50 rushing yards. Sam Laporta, 25 receiving yards. Josh Jacobs, 75 receiving or rushing yards total. And then Jordan Love, over 225 passing yards. So I think it's pretty solid. I'm feeling pretty comfortable about it. The only thing right now that concerns me is the Jaden Reed. I know the last few games, he ain't really been able to pop off, man. I think the last few games, he's only had a grand total of about 70 yards. So I am a little concerned about that. But again, Lions, the offense does give up a lot of points. They give up a lot, or not points, but they give up a lot of yards passing. So Packers might not be able to get it in the end zone, which I didn't really take a touchdown parlay at all, but I think it could be close with, at least giving up the air yards. So I'm going heavy on the receiving, rushing type of vibe. So we'll see. Anyway, look, man, that's all I got for y'all today. I'm gonna leave y'all on a positive note, man. I'm gonna leave y'all with this here. Hey, make sure you tell yourself good job every here and there, every blue moon. Look yourself in the face, look yourself in the mirror, car mirror, bathroom mirror, living room mirror, and tell yourself good job. Because you work hard, especially if you work hard, you get stuff done, you take care of your responsibilities, and you taking care of yourself. Look at yourself and say good job. Let yourself know, man. Because somebody else might not tell you. You might not hear it from nobody else. So you got to make sure you at least let yourself know you're doing a damn good job. So everyone out there, hey, great job. Of course, I appreciate you listening, man. Send this to a cousin, a brother, an aunt, an uncle, a niece, a nephew, coworker, friend, family member, anybody you know who enjoys sports, especially if I talked about their team. I promise you they not going to mind. Worst case, they just ain't going to listen. And shit, it is what it is if that's the case. But other than that, man, look, y'all have a great weekend, because some of y'all probably going to be listening. And it's Friday, Saturday, whenever the hell y'all be listening, I'll be trying to figure it out. But who knows, for real. I'm gonna leave y'all, man. I'm out of here. I'll be back later on next week, man. Enjoy your weekend. Have a great weekend. Tell yourself good job. Other than that, man, we'll be back later on next week, and so on and so on and so on.